All right, live and direct. So today's a sprint day, but before we go to the track, we've been doing a thing. Anytime we're gonna practice a drive phase and a start, that low angle position, we like to do a sled warm up. However, in New York City, we don't have the best sled setup, so we're gonna do this sled treadmill. But pretty much to go in that low angle, it's the same exact position when you push, just slower with a little weight. So you get a pump and a warm up basically in all the areas that makes you feel strong and primed to then do drive phase. I view sprinting upright tall as one thing, and then I view the start and drive phase almost as a different thing that transitions to that. So our warm up's a little different. On sprint days where we're gonna be running, we mainly just run, jog, do drills and go. On the days where it's a drive phase and start focus, then we go more to sled and get all the joints warmed up that way. So we got a test that we do forwards and backwards, 0.03 miles for each. It's like 3 minutes. That's not a lot of fun emotionally, but we get through it, so we're gonna do that.
Sure. For like 5 minutes?
Probably under 4, I think. It's now 0.03 this way. This one takes a while. So yeah, the goal is to get a little swollen in the legs, get a pump, almost more than you'd think would be smart. You do recover and feel a little fresh after 5-10 minutes, but not so much that was about to become the workout. Yeah. All right, we're gonna be at the track now. So we just did the warm up, drove 10 minutes, now we're at the track. Just our luck, let's walk this way, someone's coming. Just our luck, this is the kind of weather we end up getting. New York, I really love living here. State taxes, the weather, pollution, all that, it's my favorite. So, yeah, we're warmed up, we're gonna do some drills and then we're gonna get into the starts. We're just practicing basically an extension of a sled and a push, horizontal force. That's what the drive phase is. Upright sprinting is more vertical force. So, yeah, we're gonna spike up and then work on some starts. Maybe it's ugly, but we're just gonna do some leaning, fall into it, some down starts, and practice that. It's a reps thing that's gonna take some months. So let's start our drills. Let's do just a little hop, yeah. Get the feel of the rhythm. Running is a plyo, just more spread out. Maybe backwards. So it's not little calf raise hops, it's stiff ankles, pop off the feet. Should feel your glutes, not just the calves. So now everything we do from there is a continuation. If we start to do little high knees, stay and pop off the feet. If my body wasn't built right and I didn't know how to sprint, I would just feel my calves, my hamstrings, and my shins, my knees. Built my body right. With a little more focus, and I just feel glutes, some hips.
All the right things.
Yeah, all the right things. Traps get sore after a day of sprinting. All right, I say we get into it. We used to always talk about living down here, and we pretty much do. 5-minute drive. We used to come hang out at this part of town when we were living deep in Queens or in our humble livings in certain parts of Brooklyn. Now our lifestyle is the former dream. We also work 10 times harder now. But, so yeah, I'm going to start more standing. Just a standing, then I'll do a falling and a leaning, then I'll try a 3-point, then I'll do down, but not putting pressure on staying low because I can't yet, probably. Sometimes people give form cues to things that are strength problems and power problems. Telling someone to just stay lower in a drive phase is like telling someone to just jump higher in a jump. It's like the thing that allows you to stay low and not fall is your ability to push faster than you are falling, which is a strength thing. So instead of trying to see what we can or can't do low, just start higher, feel good about getting more and more of a drive. Here. Nice. Just getting used to it, that's all. Maybe if we're lucky, I'll time trial a 400 for fun, just a light one. So now I'm switching my feet. Unpopular method. I think the tread sled warm up, it's just, we say this every time. You feel the strongest only when you feel the most healthy, and then things are just put together. Now the opposite stance feels awkward because the arms have to swing opposite, everything. Yeah, but don't start like a DB. My dude played 1 year of college football and then starts as like this.
Ready to backpedal.
Yeah. Get a lot of that backswing of the arm. I haven't been using it, yeah. Damn, when he weighs 190 and not 210 and his knee's good, he's supposed to be my training partner to like make me better, not to beat me. It's gonna get awkward. Okay, I'm gonna try it. Just one lean fall run on both of them now. So standing and I'm gonna lean and then catch myself. I can already. Watch out, Ed. Come on now. It's an empty track. How do we still have these problems? So now the opposite side. Just throw back. Not worry about fast, just worry about smooth. That's good. Yeah, I really should be like that, just that pace. For a 3, still like pretty 80%. Looks good. Okay, now I'm gonna do a couple downs. You wanna hit the beat? At whatever pace you want still. Of course, we're running next to each other, gonna get excited, but yeah.
Me and my boy getting to it.
You know,
In
like the
rain,
old days.
You know what I mean? Now we're about the same size.
Wanna back up a little bit so you get more of the whole thing?
Probably.
We're gonna do 2, so let's go off foot first. Your right foot first?
Yeah.
So that last one was your off foot?
Yeah.
His off foot looks better than my normal.
Set.
Long ways to make that feel natural. There's one more. I had a lot of fear for the longest time of like really doing that.
Or from a down shot?
Just facing fears.
Good, yeah.
Yeah, it felt pretty good.
You're not doing it.
One more. We're not even going hard, so it's not like full rest for so serious.
Set.
All right, so that's it for today for that, because I think it's a good ending. You know? No, but so that's the thing I was saying about people ask like rotation for the spine, and that's last to come, because that's the last one that's like life. Rotation is life in sports. Even sprinting, from the first step, it's a rotation from the hips and the spine. Even if you're not rotating, you're fighting rotational forces. You can't handle lateral flexion rotational forces if you can't go forwards. First, hold your spine stiff with the most activation possible of an iso hold. If you can do that, then you can go to normal range, both sides of the back helping forwards. Then you can try sideways. You can do side planks, suitcase carry, then to iso holds laterally on the back extension, then to side bending, standing, whatever it is. Basically just another more intense form of flexion to one side of the spine. And then rotation, you can try all sorts of stuff. A pile-off press where you resist with the band, actual slow rotation, but then even going on a jog is bringing that in a little bit. Boxing, anything, whatever sport you like, throwing a ball. That's also why I talk about doing both sides of things. Exercise scientists and these performance training coaches aren't going to co-sign that, and that's fine, because they're going for performance. You may not want to do both sides of throwing a baseball. But when I've worked with pro baseball players, having them just switch hit the opposite way they've never done in their life, just in practice, they sound like seagulls. Just hitting the opposite way in practice actually fixed imbalances that made them feel better. So it's just about restoring a normal kind of human balance. So he does more sports that are working rotation, boxing, and his off plant start looked a lot better than mine. I'm gonna go lane 2. You ready, Jay? So 400, not all out, not crazy. You're gonna get me?
Yep.
I'm not gonna have splits, it's scary. All right, ready. He was silent. I was like, that just clocked a 57? Dude, I took it. We got to learn to start easier than we think, and like really own that. That back stretch is where you get focused. You got to work again. You work again, and this is where just you rethink about form. So
It's the first time running a solo 400 in ages.
let me make my prediction. No,
60, 62. Let's get it. You got me? Actually.
Ready, set, go.
Oh yeah, that felt great.
Not too far off PR.
That felt great. What'd I get?
Got 55.9. Sorry.
I love that.
Beat about 0.0. I used to do challenges like this all the time, out of shape, run at 400. Then I couldn't walk for a month. So just to be this healthy, to do what a normal track athlete does. Do their starts, do their warm-up, their workout for the day. Little mini time trial, not hard. Save like, 10% of the tank. And all I'm gonna be is like a little sore. I'm fine tomorrow. There was like literally a whole 9 months of just Eddie and I dead alone in New York and LA as training partners, getting on each other's nerves, really fed up.
Almost killing each other.
Training partners going hard, pushing each other, but we were both starting from a rock bottom. Again, I wasn't as in pain as I used to be, but super skinny. I had lingering injuries. I was stressed out a year ago. Eddie was round in the head and the body.
Show the picture.
Yep. And he was starting at 225. I was starting at 165. We both came up close to 190, 195 at one point you were. And he couldn't, we'd just go on jogs, literally a mile jog, and talking to each other like the intention of us jogging is learning how to sprint. The plyos of that. And we just slowly built on the training we were doing, but then the running, so gradual.
Seriously.
Grass runs. This is the first time we pushed it, really. We've done like 3 harder workouts, and we're already pretty much 90% as good as we've ever been. But it was a delayed gratification of like, yeah, most people call this training pointless. It's not gonna get you there. But now we can afford more, and that was the whole point. So, hard to convince a training partner to go as slow as this in the beginning, but fortunately we had no choice. Boy, I hope I ran faster than 55.9, because I'm at a better weight. When we spar, his weight class is a big advantage. Well, here
This is your weight class.
Yeah, I just enjoy how good it felt.
Honestly, me too.
And even with fatigue, I don't get panicked,
Yeah.
because that sled does something to your mind. Anyways, we're on a little high, just off of excitement. I have no clue what time we're in, but I'm gonna guess 53. Let's see. But the main point is just the fact, like, being back in the game, you will feel like a winner. Even if you're slow at the game, even if you're not where you used to be, the depression stops when you can tell the loop stopped and you're in a new trajectory. Then it's like, all right, I'm not gonna feel sorry for myself, it's just a matter of the work. And if you're like us, you love the work, that's not a problem. I never started running because I was fast. I was actually the slowest of anyone. I didn't start lifting because I was strong. I was the weakest. I thoroughly enjoyed progression, so yeah. I like showing my side of the story for people not to gloat or like, wow, look at me. Just, y'all know where I came from. It makes me want to cry every time I run. As Jordan knows, it was like me complaining, the back of my knee. I'm gonna get there. He would invite me to meets. I'd be like, I can't hang out at the track with y'all. Like, it does something to me. I had to stay away from all practices and meets because it just did something. It's just so demoralizing to me. So yeah, I preach the long game and speak the way I do because I'm still in it. And I know how it's gonna feel for you when you get there. So that's why we do it. That's why we do it.